In the quiet village of Mvezo, in the rolling hills of South Africa's Eastern Cape, a boy was born on July 18, 1918. His name was Rolihlahla Mandela, a name that meant troublemaker. The world would later know him as Nelson Mandela. He grew up herding cattle and listening to stories of African heroes who fought for freedom. Even as a young boy, Mandela dreamed of justice. But South Africa was deeply divided. A brutal system called apartheid controlled every part of life. Black South Africans were treated as strangers in their own land. They could not vote, could not live where they wanted, and could not share the same schools or hospitals as white citizens. Mandela could not accept this injustice. Mandela became a lawyer in Johannesburg, defending those oppressed by apartheid laws. He joined the liberation movement called the African National Congress. Mandela helped organize protests and campaigns demanding equality and freedom, but the government saw him as a dangerous enemy. In 1962, Mandela was arrested. The government accused him of sabotage and plotting against the state. During the famous trial, Mandela stood in court and spoke words that would echo through history. He said, "I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I cherish the ideal of a democratic and free society." For this, he was sentenced to life in prison. Mandela was sent to Robben Island, a harsh prison surrounded by the cold Atlantic Ocean. For 27 long years, he lived in a small concrete cell. He slept on the floor and worked breaking stones under the burning sun. But prison could not break his spirit. Mandela became a symbol of hope for millions. The cry, "Free Mandela," echoed through cities and universities. International pressure grew stronger each year. The South African government realized it could not silence Mandela forever. On February 11, 1990, after 27 years in prison, Mandela finally walked free. Millions watched as he stepped into the sunlight, not as a prisoner, but as a leader of a new future. Instead of calling for revenge, Mandela called for peace. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic election. Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa. He chose reconciliation instead of revenge, helping heal a nation divided by decades of hatred. Nelson Mandela passed away in 2013, but his legacy lives on. He showed the world that courage, forgiveness, and hope can change history. From prisoner to president, to one of the greatest leaders the world has ever known.